فإن آمنوا بمثل ما آمنتم به فقد اهتدوا وإن تولوا فإنما هم في شقاق.
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن سار سبيله إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد. Before we start the lecture, as we know that for the past month or this particular month that we have dedicated concerning certain lectures to a particular theme, and the theme of this month that we were covering concerning various lectures on various topics, and the general overall themes concerning matters relating to the unseen, concerning the unseen. So of lectures that have been covered concerning matters relating to Iman, in the Al-Jinn, also things that have been covered concerning Sihr and the likes, and the evil eye, and matters of the unseen. So as for the final of these particular lectures, we'll be covering inshallah ta'ala tonight concerning a topic concerning al-Iman bil-Qadr wal-Qadaar. So we'll be covering concerning a matter relating to one of the arkan of Iman, which is regarding concerning al-Qada wal-Qadr. And the text that we'll be mainly relying upon inshallah ta'ala is concerning a book that was written by one of the Mashaykh of Muhammad ibn Ibrahim al-Hamd, and he wrote this particular thesis concerning Iman bil-Qada wal-Qadr, concerning the topic, and he goes to some detail regarding certain matters, and the book was given like a taqdeem, was kind of somewhat by Sheikh Abdul Aziz bin Baz rahimahullah regarding this particular thesis. So we'll be taking most of the material from this particular book regarding this discussion regarding al-Qadr. And also, so the thing to start out with concern that first concerning matters relating to Qadr, and we won't in certain cases go into too much detail into the ta'rifat of certain things. Now, that can take up its own time, and you might have even differences that will make somewhat an highlight to some degree. But the overall thing concerning Iman bil-Qadr, as mentioned in the hadith of Jibreel alayhi salam, where he came to the Prophet alayhi salam and asked concerning Mal Islam, we asked concerning what is Islam, and the Prophet alayhi salam answered, I mentioned Islam, such and such matters. Then he asked, Mal Iman, what is Iman? Then the Prophet alayhi salam mentioned, An tu'min billah wa malaikatahu wa kutubihi wa rusuli wal yawmil akhir wal iman bil qadar khayrihi wa sharrihi. So Islam went on to explain concerning Iman bil-Qadar, that our Iman, what is Iman, that it composed or comprised of these 6 matters. That a person has to have full faith, full belief regarding Iman billah, also Iman in his angels, in his book, in his Rusul, in the messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also Iman bil-Yawm al-Akhir, the final day, day of judgment, and also 6 concerning Iman bil-Qadar, khayrihi wa sharrihi. And some of the ulama have discussed this hadith concerning Jibreel alayhi salam that come with various narration. But I mentioned that when the Prophet Islam answered the question, he says, Iman an tu'min billah wa malaikati wa kutubi wa rusuli wal yawmil akhir wal iman bil qadar khayrihi wa sharrihi. So the word Iman, he started by mentioning al-Iman. What is Iman? Iman, and to believe in Allah and his the angels and the books and the messengers and Yawm al-Akhir. Then he mentioned, and tu'min bil qadar, he repeated the word Iman regarding Qadar. And tu'min bil qadar, khayrihi wa sharrihi, shown concerning Iman in Qadar, that our somewhat did have a certain place. Why the word Iman was repeated again regarding Qadar, while everything else was just were mentioned together as one group regarding the 5 other things mentioned. But with Iman bil Qadar, he repeated the verb, and tu'min billah, and tu'min bil al-Qadar, to believe in Qadar. So it shows that Qadar, that you have a certain place and status. And that particular hadith, it came about concerning that an event that occurred concerning in Basra, where certain of the Tabi'een, that they found that certain people were discussing concerning matters relating to Qadar, in the sense of they were rejecting aspect of Qadar. So those particular Tabi'een, that they went to for Hajj or for Umrah to ask one of the Sahaba anhum about this particular matter, and of the person that they met was Ibn Umar, and he gave him this answer based on a hadith that he heard from his father. Going back to the Prophet Islam regarding Jibreel alayhi salam coming to the Prophet Islam in a certain, asking certain question. And the ulama mentioned concerning this particular hadith is considered to be Ummul Hadith. This particular hadith is referred to as Ummul Hadith. Just as Al-Fat is considered to be Ummul Kitab, then the hadith, all the hadith can be summarized into this one hadith of Jibreel alayhi salam. I discuss concerning all affairs, the main important matters of Islam regarding the arkan of Islam, the arkan of Iman, matters relating to Al-Ihsan, and also matters related to Ashrat Tusa wal Adab, and all these things can be found in this particular hadith, so it is referred to as Hadith. So from this, that can somewhat establish the fact concerning that Iman bil Qadr is one of the arkan of Iman, and as ulama mentioned, it's wajib that a Muslim, you should believe in this. And we'll discuss on certain tafasir, certain more detail regarding how one should believe, one belief that one should have regarding Qadr, concerning what's the view of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. So what we'll cover concerning tonight, a particular lecture, we try to somewhat put together concerning what is Qadr. So something the word that is used is Qadr, which is more often used, but also Al-Qada. So what's the difference between both? Al-Qadr wal-Qada. And is there a difference between both? Then we'll discuss concerning other matters relating to this. So of the things to start concerning of this discussion regarding Al-Qada, Iman bil-Qadr wal-Qadr, of those things to be bear in mind concerning that, to reject belief in Qadr, then that's considered an act of kufr. For a person to reject concerning what I refer to as divine destiny, then this is an act of kufr. To a person who does not accept this and believe in this, he is not considered to be a Muslim, and rather he is considered to be a kafir. So the person, as a Muslim, that there are certain things that we have to believe and accept. And regarding our belief, the person has to accept those matters mentioned in the hadith regarding these 6 particular matters, and also other matters. But in particular, our discussion regarding Iman bil Qadr is wajib, fard al-ayn upon every Muslim. It's wajib, fard al-ayn ala kulli Muslim, that they must believe in Qadr. So that's concerning that particular matter. As for that I've been mentioned concerning Al-Iman bil-Qadr, the ulama in general, they find concerning Iman bil-Qadr, as they also say concerning that, At-Tasdiq al-Jazim, that the person have a firm belief بأن كل ما وقع من الخير والشر فهو بقضاء الله وقدره. That the general belief concerning Al-Qadr, or concerning Qadr, concerning a person having a firm belief بأن كل ما وقع, that everything that occurs من الخير والشر, from good and bad, then this is by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's decree and destiny. وأن جميع ما يجري في آفاق وفي أنفس من الخير أو شر فهو مقدر من Allah. That everything that occur in this dunya, everything that occur regarding things that are past and present, that everything that, whether good or bad, it is something Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had decreed to occur. So this concerns the general belief, what we are, the general definition concerning belief in Qadr wal Qada. And also that concerning that all of these that occur concerning the person, the belief concerning that all this was maktub qabla khalq al-khaliq, that also believe that everything was written and predestined before this creation came into existence. So all of this will contribute concerning our belief in Qadr. So that's concerning belief in Qadr. The other thing that they discuss also regarding this particular matter, that as we mentioned before concerning, we use the word, what is more commonly used concerning Al-Qadar, but also the word Al-Qada wal-Qadar are those 2 words that are used regarding belief in in predestiny or divine destiny. So a discussion between the ulama regarding what is defining Qadar wal-Qada, or is there a difference between both regarding Al-Qada wal-Qadar. So bear in mind those 2 words, Al-Qada wal-Qadar, and sometimes I just use one of them, but they will take the meaning of the other. So the meaning of the word concerning Al-Qada wal-Qadar, the ulama mentioned in brief concerning those who distinguish between both, those who distinguish between Al-Qada wal-Qadar, and those who, and you have that distinction between both, they go back and forth regarding the difference of the ulama. They mention concerning Al-Qadar is those things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had already predestined before it occurred, and Qada is as thing occurs. Explanation. So Al-Qadar is all that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written to happen from before. So everything that was written to occur, that is Al-Qadar. where everything that to occur from the beginning to the end that have been written, that forms al-qadr. With me? As these things that were decreed, as they start to manifest or start to occur. For example, I sitting with you, that was written when? Before we were created. So that will be considered to be as a part of the what? Qadr. We sitting here going through the act itself, then that is al-qadar. And some give the opposite. That qadar, what was already predestined from before, and as thing occurs, then that is al-qadar. But you have that difference between them. Now, for those who distinguish between al-qadar wal al-qadar. And also you have those who mention that in reality that qadar wal qadar both are two different words, but they mean the same thing. They discuss the same, both two separate words, but meaning the same thing. So no difference between both. Those who mention there is no difference between both. Now, so the person use qadar wal qadar to mention that they mention concerns wal al qadar wal qadar like iman wal islam. That meaning that there's mentioned that that when they're used or combined together, then they have separate meaning. When both words are used together, they have separate meaning. When they are combined together, then they carry separate meanings, each having its own separate meanings. But when one is used, but when one is used, then it will take the meaning of the other. The other will automatically fall into, it will take the meaning of both. Clear? With me? I was going to ask, but because it's a lecture, we're going to ask you to repeat what I just said. But in a nutshell, between the ulama regarding al-qadar wal qadar, there's some discussion regarding concerning definition. Now, those who distinguish between both. Now, those who do not and don't do some tafsil, where they mention if one is mentioned, then the other will fall into that meaning. It will take the meaning of the other. Now, so that's concerned that discussion regarding that particular matter. After matters so that's concerned the definition concerning so that's concerned after definition. We discussed concerning other thing concerned that I believe in this matter. We mentioned the arkan of iman. I'll mention the definition regarding al-qada wal-qadar, and also discuss concerning a person who does not believe in al-qadar, then the fate of that person regarding a particular matter. The next matter will be discussed concerning the thamarat of iman bil-qada wal-qadar. What's the fruits and the benefit and the fruits of this? When a person, we say we believe in al-qada wal-qadar, what's the fruits what we gain from this? What does a person receive and gain from this? The author rahimahullah or hafidallah, he have discussed concerning that there's many benefits that come from this. Regarding concerning iman bil-qadar wal-qadar, that has to do concerning the person behavior. A part of the person internally, it affects the person internally and externally. It affects the person belief, it affects the person mentally, and also can affect the person physically. With me? So it affects the person regarding his personality and who he is, as a form of, as a form of his belief, as a part of that forms a part of his belief, and also this then also affects the person, his behavior and his attitude, and how he also deal with certain things, and also his conduct and behavior. So it affects the person holistically. Now, so of the benefits of this, one, they mention a series of them. We just mentioned some, not all of the mentions. Now, of those mentioned, ada ibadatullah azza wa jal. It assists the person concerning the person. It is a form of, it helps him and aid him in carrying out the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Where he knows that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is his Lord, that he believes in him, he takes on this belief concerning iman bil qadar as a form of ibadah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the person who deny it, then he is refusing the thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded him to believe in. So the person who accepts this and worship, get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in doing this, taking on this belief as a form of ibadah, as a form of worship. So that the person fulfilling one aspect of his ibadah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by taking on this belief, just as taking on belief in the angel, a form of ibadah. Just as the person who was to reject this act of ibadah, of taking on this belief, then the person is a kafir. So its forms are part of the person's ibadah, worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that the person with this also will not attain kamal iman until he believes in qadr, khayrihi wa sharri. Both is good and it's bad. And it forms a part of the personal ubudiyah, servitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, regarding accepting this and what comes from this. Of thing also that they mentioned regarding of the benefit of this concern al-ikhlas min al-shirk, or khulus min al-shirk, that also it protects the person from al-shirk. So it protects the person from shirk. لأن you have of those people regarding concerning the Majus and others who are part of their belief system, that they believe that they have a somewhat crazy, they have their own belief regarding where they claim concerning that An-Nur al-Khaliq, it's the one that brings about good. So they have this thing concerning shar and good and bad regarding how it comes to be, but their belief is completely in opposition to Islam. And with their belief they fall into shirk. With our own prayer that concerns Allah, good and bad, that is something created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They don't hold this. They do not hold this. So a person who may believe that concerning good is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but from evil is not something created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then that's an act that is contrary to the belief of Islam. So it protects the person from shirk wa dalal, as those people who, as to be mentioned, who have a misguidance regarding concerning from the Muslim concerning Qadariyah, who deny aspect of Qadr, that they fall into dalal, that they fell into dalal because of their denial of aspect of shirk, and also the Gulat al-Qadariyah deny Qadr holistically, and then they fall into al-Kufr. Also regarding this concerning the person regarding is Hidayah. Regarding this matter, the person also regarding it assists the person in attaining al-Hidayah, guidance, and also ziyadatul iman. With a person who believes in Qadr, he knows concerning everything that occurs in this dunya is by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will, and also something Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already decreed to occur. So whenever a thing occurs, the person doesn't see it, look at it as we will say, everything in a negative way. But we will say, he makes that negative positive, as to be discussed later. So the person regarding this matter, it assists his iman, where he knows that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decrees good and bad, and that these things when they occur, this is by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala what he already have decreed to occur. And some of these things will be good, and some of these things will be bad. And some of these bad, if the person can accept in it, is a part of the person having rida regarding what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed. And this is a part of his iman. And else to increases his iman. And know that the person knows that anything that will fall in is not by the person's own, complete own fault, but things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have already decreed to occur, and things that occur as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had decreed. Also, they mention regarding of the benefit concerning this, it assists the person regarding al-khawf min Allah. Khawf min Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where the person believes concerning that, as we had mentioned before, the Muslim is between al-raja wa al-khawf. So the person knows that the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is the creator of good and bad. Creator of good and bad, and that both will occur and can occur. So the person, he has fear for himself falling into evil. And it's go back that he knows that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will decree things, and these things not necessarily may occur with him, but may with others. So a person might, for example, see people being befallen with different form of calamity and tests that they see as evil. And a person that can somewhat give impact upon a person when he knows that by maybe falling into certain things of sin and ma'asi, then this can have a negative impact and can also bring the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon oneself. And that would mean bringing evil upon oneself. And also the consequence in the akhirah. If the person was to go against falling to evil without tawbah, then this could mean the person being landed in where? An-nar. So the person that have khawf in concerning falling into evil, especially concerning not per se making a tawbah and the likes. And also the person with this khawf in Allah, the person fear for himself su'al khatimah. The person a fear that his final outcome might be one which is evil. So the person always, then a person with this fearing final outcome for himself, always try to stay away from evil. Try to avoid evil regarding things that we do, things that we're involved in. Fear that the person might do something of an evil and he might die upon this. Because we don't know concerning what last month decree concerning when will be our ajal, our time of death. So the person not knowing when we will die, he has the fear that I don't want to be to die while I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing. So he tries to avoid of evil. So having that fear that of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we do not die in a state that is displeasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As in a hadith, where the Prophet mentioned hadith concerning Wallahi, in ahdukum aw rajul yamal li'amal ahli an-nar hatta yakuna baynahu wa baynaha ghayr dhira' fayusbiq alayhi kitab fayamal li'amal ahli al-jannah fayadkhulaha. The hadith, or part of the hadith mentioned of this hadith in Bukhari. Well, Muslim, where the Prophet mentioned concerning the state of a person regarding this person, that Wallahi, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that none of you, or a man, none of you, that are one of our, you Bani Adam, that you may be carrying out the acts involved in doing the things of the acts of Al-Nar, until between him and this, just a zira, just a handspan. Then what have been written for him is decreed. And then things change. He starts to do the act of the people of Jannah. And he dies upon this and he enters Jannah. So it shows a person initially, and also they mentioned the same case, concerning a person that is doing the things of the acts of good. Until close to the time of his death, he starts to be involved in things of evil and he dies upon evil. Meaning of the hadith. And this could go both ways. So the person, knowing of this, is all in a state of khawf regarding su'al khatimah. And the thing that we may die upon, the thing that we're involved in. Because no one knows. So a person might be doing what he's doing and it seems good. But at last minute, use the word last minute, everything changed and he died regarding things that are haram. So that shows the person having this khawf from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not dying in an evil state. The person concerning as-sabr wa quwwat al-ihtimal, where the person either can carry and have patience and also can endure burden, can carry burden. Now, so the person who have this, of the thing, the person not everything that have befall him or others, whether good or bad, is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when there's evil, the person needs to exercise patience, because this is by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decree. This is by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decree. So the person in the time of difficulty, knowing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decree good and bad, then that's the time the person needs to exercise patience and not to become impatient. Also with this, al-thamarat, muharabat, al-yas, that a person also, it helps the person to fight against concern, a person losing hope, becoming hopeless. And you find that in the society, there are a lot of people, they lose hope easily. So when a person is before with calamity, then the thing that, as if when people, a person was wealthy and then lost his wealth, as in cases, the person have things seem to be going well. And then things can somewhat change because of lack of iman bil qadr. People then they lose hope in life in general, and the only thing that is left for them is what? Death, suicide. They go and kill themselves because they have lost all hope and they see no future. and no change, because the person doesn't understand or have correct belief regarding matters relating to Al-Qadr. So I believe when everything gone bad, then that's it, khalas. The only thing that is left is death. But the believer doesn't see and perceive life in this way. You know, there may be good times and there may be bad times. But that's all, but it's good because the ibtila from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not to make the thing's situation worse, but kind of somewhat to make the person to look to himself and to exercise patience and to go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, so concerning the person of Iman bil Qadr, it assists the person regarding not losing hope and seeing that when everything gone bad, then it's time for him to depart from this earth. Now, but rather the believer in times of difficulty, he still have hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who, just as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can make decree good and decree bad, and just as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can change affairs, and if the person takes an asbab, then things may improve for him. But in general, concerning a Muslim, not to lose hope in the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's also affect the person concerning the person's yaqeen, that the person of that level of yaqeen, certainty regarding affairs. So that's concerning of the thamarat of iman, and also ar-rida. As a person concerned, a person can somewhat accept those things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreed. So whatever occurred, the person notices what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have the view that whatever occurred in this dunya, good or bad, great or small, is by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's decree. And for the person, when things have been decreed, have occurred, then for the person to accept it. Whatever have happened, have happened. And the person can only just accept it and just try to move forward. So you can someone assist the person regarding having acceptance regarding whatever may have occurred. And I mentioned upon the Salaf, various aqwal. They mentioned قال بعض السلف إذا أقام النفس الأربع أصول فيما يعامل به ربه فيقول, they said that general mention concerns that if a person of four usul, four fundamentals that is established upon regarding his relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also mentioned in Ataytani قبلت that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant the person something, then the person should accept this. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant the person, one should accept this. وَإِن مَنَتَنِي رَدِيتْ, and if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have forbid upon me something, then I should accept this also. Then I should be pleased with this. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have forbid upon me something, then I should be pleased with this. وَإِن تَرَكْتَنِي أَبَعْتُهُ, and if he have left me, I should still worship him. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have left me, I should still be consistent in worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَإِنْ دَعَوْتَنِي أَجِبْتُ, and also if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala invite me, then I should respond. I should respond. So the Muslim is all in that state regarding whatever he has been given, that he accept. Whatever he been forbidden, we should still have acceptance of this, what have been decreed, or be pleased with it. And also what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have left us, then we should still be consistent in what? In worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, so having consistency in worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also, regarding when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala invite us, call us to something, then we should respond to that call. We should respond to that call. So as I mentioned of those usul, the person try to always be mindful of those matters. Also, after we mentioned some of them quickly, also comes on tawada, that regarding Iman bil Qadr, it teaches the person, tawada, being the person being having humility and humbleness. Not takabbur, being too proud and haughty. So the person know regarding what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreed, so the person have this level of tawadu. That regardless of whatever we have, We should not see it as something that is by our own independent efforts. But everything that we have or don't have is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have decreed for us to have or not to have. So the person always knows whatever we possess, it goes back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the person doesn't become of what don't want to think himself self-sufficient and free from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also with al-qadar, bi-iman, it also helps the person to have izzatul nafs. Well, qina'a, the person to be one who somewhat he shows is one who's sufficient with what he has. He's satisfied with whatever he has. So whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give away, give us much or less. So one person is giving $1 million, £1 million or £1 billion. Another person is giving £1 million. Another person is giving £100. But Iman bil Qadr, it teaches that person that level of whatever I have, I should be satisfied with, because this is by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's decree. And I should not become jealous of the next man or the next person. But whatever each is given, this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had decreed for each and every each person. So I should somewhat exercise some degree of what's the word I just used? Contempt for what the person has. Now, so the person has this. So sometimes we have much, and sometimes thing is not that much. So things may not be the same at all times. And also it is the person that the person doesn't have hasad towards others. Because I may have less and he may have more, that I feel that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may have been even, as mentioned also the person perceives in that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is unjust. Because he has this and I have less. So is this fear from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala why he is giving so much and I'm giving so less? So remove hasad, having envy towards others, and also having su'af done billah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But a person started to look at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being unjust, because he have a billion, he has mansions, and I'm living in still a council flat. Now, so it teaches the person that level concerning qina' wa izza an-nas. But the person also have a sense of izzat an-nas, the person of what's the word? Not content. A self of pride, but another word I'm trying to find with a person, self-confidence. Person of self-confidence. So the person of this, he has self-confidence with himself, per se, not looking down on himself, and seeing himself less than others. But not everything, good and bad, is by Allah's subhanahu decree. So the person should feel content and also still have his self-confidence. Still have his self-confidence. A lot of times you're seeing today people, due to whatever reason, we look down upon ourselves. We always see the person is more wealthy than us, so we think of ourselves as being second class. He's more bigger, he's more bulky than me, so I look down upon myself. He more pretty than me or more handsome than me, so I look down upon myself. Why? He has more degrees than I, so I look down upon myself. So people generally start to look down upon themselves because of their iman bil qadr, that also have its own deficiency. So we lose this self-confidence. And other things regarding that matter also with al-iman bil qadr, the person considered al-jid. Regarding the person having putting effort into things, the person being a one who put effort into things. So that person with iman, so the person of iman bil qadr in a proper way, the person strive in attaining what? The things that he has as his goal and objectives. And a person of weakness in qadr, if a person is opposite, is lazy, don't put effort, because he rely that everything has been decreed, so what I need to do. With that mindset, the person, he does less. But a person who believes in Qadr in a proper way, not also the thing that it doesn't negate the person putting effort into things, in trying to attain his objectives. So having Iman bil Qadr, things that have been decreed, it doesn't negate that a person should not put effort into things. It doesn't mean the person should just relax in his house. I want to get married. I'm going to sit in the masjid and my wife will appear and I'm going to have 4 nice, beautiful kids and it's going to just happen. That doesn't happen. So it required a person to take the asbab, to go, try to find a good lady, do some work and have some kids. But it's not going to happen just sitting in the masjid or in the and the person having these thoughts. I want a mansion, it's going to just appear. I want 4 wives, she's going to just boom, 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 appear. It doesn't happen, it doesn't occur. So that is not Iman bil Qadr. That's khurafat. So Iman bil Qadr doesn't mean the person cannot put effort. As Ilyas mentioned, ihris ala man yanfaq, that you should have zeal, put effort into those things that will benefit you. Seek of those things that will be benefit to you. So a command for a person to put effort, not to be lazy. وَلَا تَعْجِزْ, and do not be the person that he holds back, doesn't put effort. So in Islam, according to the teaching of Prophet Islam, that he teaches us that we should put effort. Put the full effort in the things that we are trying to accomplish, in those things that will be of benefit to us. وَلَا تَعْجِزْ, and do not become lazy, too over-relaxed, don't do nothing. And also we just end with this one. Al-i'tidal fi halat as-sarra wa darra. That a person who has belief in Qadr, regarding the person's attitude towards things, understanding, that a person is able to he approaching in a balanced way, he is balanced in the times of good and the time of bad. In a time of prosperity and a time of where things have gone bad. So the person able to strike that balance. In time of evil, time when things are less, times of tribulation, the person know how to approach those things in a positive way. And also in time of good, that a person also know how to approach it. So the time of good, the person is what? Shakir, is one who's thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The time of good, he's thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the time of evil, then a person is sabir, he's patient. And he doesn't lose it. So that's concerning of the thamarat, and we mentioned many other things regarding this particular matter. We can somewhat move forward regarding those matters regarding al-Iman bil-Qadr. And we mentioned that Iman bil-Qadr is of the Iman of Islam, and there's many adillah in the Kitab wa Sunnah wal Ijma' regarding al-Iman. I mentioned tu'min bil-Qadr, khayrihi wa sharrihi, that proof concerning Iman bil-Qadr is of a thing that is wajib upon kulli Muslim wa Muslima. Wajib upon kulli Muslim wa Muslima. Also within the author, we mentioned concerning that, and the mujmal, in general concerning for a person to understand concerning matters of Iman bil-Qadr, then the ulama of Islam have explained to make it in a simplified way, understanding concerning what is included in Iman bil-Qadr. They are mentioned concerning Iman bil-Qadr of arkan or maratib. So they have different degrees or levels or arkan, pillars. So the person wants to understand, get their mind around Iman bil-Qadr, then a person approach in these like 4-step principles. So you have 4 principles that a person should bear in mind, and this will summarize what is contained or expected from us regarding Iman bil-Qadr. So 4 things that will summarize our Iman bil-Qadr wal Qadar. I will mention as maratib al-Qadr wa arkanu. So these are the arkan of al-Qadr wal maratib al-Qadr. And in a nutshell, there are 4. Al-ilm, wal-kitaba, wal-mashi'a, wal-khalq. Once again, what are they? Al-ilm, kitaba, mashi'a, wal-khalq. So that's concerning in a nutshell, but we'll give some tafsil briefly. So those are the four things concerning Iman bil-Qadr. Will surround those four things. As for ilm, what is intended or meant by this concerning al-ilm, wal-iman bi-anna Allah alim bi kulli shay, jumlatan wa tafsila. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning that iman concerning al-ilm, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is alim, he knows, he has full knowledge of everything, jumlatan wa tafsila, regarding that matter, regarding all matters relating to that thing, whether in general or in detailed form, whether in a general or a detailed form. So that's a little bit of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, whether those things of, and everything that will occur, and everything to occur. Regarding everything that will occur in this creation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is fully aware of everything. Whether it is mind, whether it's something which is every matter relating to that thing. So that's concerning Iman, regarding that particular matter. وَسَوَى كَانَ ذَلِكَ مِمَّا يَتَعَلَّقْ بِأَفْعَالِ. Whether those matters of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knowledge, it would include his own actions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's own action. How, as today in a lecture, as Ahl Sunnah, rahimahumullah, or Ahl Sunnah, regarding their Iman, regarding matters that goes back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they fall into four areas. Things that goes back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fall into four things. Iman bil Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, asma, is sifat, is af'al, and also al-khabar. Things that can be informed, information, things that were informed about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So concerning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of Iman bil Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, thing that relates back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is regarding his af'al. Thing that relates to his af'al, his actions. Of his action concerning an-nuzul. Of his action concerning an-nuzul. Now, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, descent. So these are the af'al of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, so of these things, it mentions, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala aware, fully aware of his own actions. Of his own actions. And also the actions of his creation. So he's having knowledge of his own actions and also that of the creation. So everything is known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thing matters related to him and also that related to his creation. And that also regarding those things that have occurred, those things to occur, and those things that did not occur, and if so, how? So everything, things that have occurred, those that is occurring now, and those things to occur, and if, so everything that relates to what is to occur, and have occurred. Also of the second level, we're going to speed up on those things. Of the second level, regarding al-kitaba. So regarding the second, bismillah, regarding the second method regarding al-iman, or murat al-iman bil-qadar, we mentioned al-ilm. The next of those methods concerning al-kitaba, which is concerned Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have record everything, fi lawh al-mahfuz, everything to occur in this creation, in Qadr al-Khalaiq, that everything that is to occur regarding this creation, in Allah al-Mahfuz. So everything have been recorded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Allah al-Mahfuz that will occur ila yawm al-qiyamah. So that's concerning al-iman bil-qadr. And that's been all mentioned, ijma' bayna as-sahaba wa salaf wa ahl sunnah, regarding that everything has been recorded concerning in al-kitab, which is referred to as Allah al-Mahfuz. So everything has been recorded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Allah al-Mahfuz. They said they're preserved in tablets. And also sometimes refers to al-dhikr, wal-imam al-mubin, wal-kitab al-mubin. So these are various words are named for Allah al-Mahfuz. Sometimes al-dhikr, wal-imam al-mubin, wal-kitab al-mubin. So that's what I mentioned. As hadith in Sahih Muslim and Abdullah bin Amr bin As, as سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول كتب الله مقادير الخلائق قبل أن يخلق السماوات والأرض ب50,000 سنة. وقال وعرشه على الماء. So this particular hadith can somewhat give us as a proof concerning that كتب الله مقادير الخلائق, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala recorded concerning those things to be decreed for the creation before He created the heaven and the earth over 50,000 years. So that's concerning everything was already recorded before the heaven and the earth came into existence. Also, next in line is regarding Al-Mashiyyah, the third, concerning Al-Mashiyyah. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala willed everything to occur concerning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have willed that things or certain things to occur regarding things to occur regarding those people concerning Mashiach, that will fall concerning everything that moves or does not move, everything that breathes or does not breathe of life, everything concerning Hidayah wa Dalal, all is by the Mashiach of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So everything is by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's will. Naam, and the ulama can somewhat in this masala went into some detail regarding some of the Ahl Bidah regarding concerning the matter concerning that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have a Mashiach, have a will, and also mankind have their own Mashiach, their own will. Naam, but there's no conflict between this. Mankind will, we have certain type of, we use the word choices. Naam, but this choice does not go outside of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already a will for us regarding our choices. So we're still under the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even though we have within ourselves certain wills, our choices to do certain things, this or that. But this is still of the things that are already been decreed. Naam, so that's concerning, but there's that of those matters. Then also the final of those concerning Al-Rabi' Al-Khalq, that everything that is in this creation, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who have created everything in existence. Everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have created regarding, in this creation regarding the what? Regarding things, each thing by its essence, its sifat, its harakat, was sakanat, all of these by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all of this by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have created. So everything is by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created, so everything fall into this, everything fall into this particular matter. Then that's concerning in a nutshell. We're moving somewhat fast. The next thing that we discuss concerning matters relating to Iman bil Qadr, concerning Aqsam al-Taqdir, regarding the different levels concerning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreed things to occur. So regarding the decreeing of things, how things have been destined, it's on different also Aqsam, degrees or categories. With me? Those categories the ulama mentioned 5, Hakim and Hafiz, some of the ulama mentioned 5 and some of the ulama mentioned 4. In a nutshell, we mentioned 5 that they mentioned, Taqdir al-Am. So regarding things that have been destined to occur, they fall into 5 categories according to some of the ulama. Of those, the 5 categories are as follows. 1, Taqdir al-Am. Those things have been decreed, Am in general. So those things within holistically been generally been decreed, and meaning concerned that everything that is to occur in the dunya before it was created had already been decreed. So that's Am that encompasses everything in the dunya. That's the one that includes everything in the dunya have been written in Lawh al-Mahfuz. That's concerning the first type. Then you have the second type. So that's concerning the first type of his Am, is that the hadith we just mentioned before. كتب الله المقادير الخلائق قبل خلق السماوات والأرض. That's concerning that تقدير العام, that everything was already decreed before anything came into existence. So that's Am. Then on the second type they mentioned تقدير البشري. تقدير البشري. Bashar meaning us, the creation, human beings. And that's concerning that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala regarding that taqdeer regarding concerning each per se human being and their general, their fate regarding those who be of Ahl Jannah in outcome, final outcome, those who be of Ahl Jannah, and also those who be of people from Ahl Nar. So that's concerning each person regarding his actions and what will be his final outcome, whether it be of people of Jannah or Nar. That's of the taqdeer al-bashir for each individual, each person regarding human beings regarding their general place regarding Jannah and Nar, that also have been decreed. Then also then that's the third concerning al-umri, taqdeer al-umri regarding each individual regarding how long he would live. the length of time, his lifespan, whether it be Shaqi or Sa'id, also, this also includes. So for each person regarding whether it be a person who's successful, a good person or a bad person, how long he would live, his risk, all of this is concerning for each person regarding his own personal decree, regarding his lifespan and the things that he will be involved in. Then the fourth that I mentioned is Taqdir as-Sanawi. Taqdir as-Sanawi, in the sense of this concern that this Taqdir concerning everything to occur for the next year occur on the day of Laylatul Qadr. So Laylatul Qadr, the things that will occur for the next year is recorded with the angels. And this is what they bring to the lower heavens. So everything to occur for the next year, that's that decree regarding Laylatul Qadr. And after the significance of Laylatul Qadr regarding that, it regarding those things for the next year, it's somewhat mentioned or recorded for the lower heavens on that particular night. So each year that would be those things that would come from above, right on the lower heavens, and then whatever to occur for that year will take place. And that's concerning at-Taqdir as-Sanawi. Then the last one I mentioned, at-Taqdir al-Yawmi, concerning each that will occur concerning each Yawm, Kulla Yawm, huwa fi shan, regarding that. Everything to occur also on a daily basis, also it has its own Taqdir, it has its own regarding everything to occur for each year. So some of the ulama, they put it in 5 categories, and some of the ulama, they put concerning al-Bashari wal-Am as one. So the first two, some of the ulama, Shaykh bin Baz rahimahullah, in his sharh of Wasitiyah, in his sharh Aqidah al-Wasitiyah, that they mentioned concerning that, these Taqdir, they form 4 categories, not 5. And Sheikh Hafid al-Hakami, he mentioned 5. Sheikh Hafid al-Hakami, he mentioned 5. But Sheikh bin Baz and others, they mentioned 4. That's concerning Taqdir. What was it just now? How many Taqdirats? 5. According to some. And some mentioned there. And the 5 are Taqdir al-Am, in order from the top to the bottom. And that one concerning before the creation of the heaven and the earth, that includes everything. Then we have Taqdir al-Bashari, concerning Jannah, people, we have Jannah wa Nar, mankind in general. Then for each individual person regarding his own lifespan, regarding good, bad, when you're going to die, how are you going to get sick this day, all of that recorded. Then we have when? A Sanawi, regarding all things to occur for that Sana, for the next year coming. So for example, Laylatul Qadr of last Ramadan, which was 2 months ago? 2 months ago, isn't it? Everything to occur for the next year was recorded last Ramadan to everything to occur for the next year. Now, so everything to occur for this year coming was recorded in the last Ramadan in the lower heavens. So that's concerning as-Sanawi. Then we have the last one being al-Yawmi. So those are the Taqdirat. You have certain shubahat that they mention, or certain masahil that they mentioned regarding al-Qadr. Okay, it's time, huh? I'm going to just mention relation regarding those matters that we mentioned before regarding, with us 5 few minutes. Regarding before the previous lectures were on concerning Sihr. Well, what else? Iman bil Jinn, that's a bit, and Iman bil Al-Aina. So those things regarding, those matters concerning things of the unseen. The relation regarding Iman bil Qadr, Iman of the things of the unseen. Iman bil Qadr is of those things of the unseen, as we cannot per se see. We don't know what has been decreed. We have an idea what have occurred, that whatever occurred when we just started today, those are the things we know had been decreed to occur, because they have occurred. But we don't know what will occur ahead of us. So that's concerning a part of Qadr. Now, what to occur or what to come next. The things that relate to concerning the person of Iman bil Qadr, don't concern that Shar wal Khair has been created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And for each person, there's their own situation and circumstance. But also with this, having that belief, the person approach things, whereas the person that I mentioned lose hope. in what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreed and what a person also is facing regarding what have been decreed for him. So maybe the person experiencing certain things that we view to be evil. That we view to be evil. The benefit of these things that have been occurred that are evil, that have been decreed for us, one, it makes the person go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala concerning, it opens the door of tawbah. So things of the evil, it opens, of things of Qadr, it opens the door of tawbah. Also becomes a test for that person. If he's experiencing good, does it become one who's what? Of good, of a thing with Iman bil Qadr, the person is thankful and it doesn't push the person to become one who's yakfur. He denies Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's bounty and favors because things seem to be going well, he forget about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Iman bil Qadr, it gives that person that balance in good times and in bad times. He needs to strike that balance in maintaining his relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whether good or bad. Also with that concerning Iman bil Qadr, regarding convention, the person, when we experience it, especially concerning times of difficulties, or some people experiencing times of bliss, but they want more. He already have $1 million or $1 billion, but he still want more. And he's willing to go to any extent to gain more. Or a person facing difficulties, and he wants to come out of this difficulty. So the way to, or he's perceived that there's evil that is upon him. He have su'a dhan, lack of understanding of Qadr, Jahl al-Qadr, so he see evil going on. Go in his house, he forget his key. His wife divorced him. His kids gone. Everything, his house is not a riba house, but he bought his house in cash. And storm come and lick the house down. So everything seems to be going bad. So he starts to think that, that there's evil upon him. Everything is bad, negative. So the person start to what? Start to lose hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he start to go, try to find means and ways to change his circumstance. He wants to find means and ways to change one circumstance. We go to school and we keep failing. Every year the exam and I'm not passing. What's going on? I'm trying to find out. So everything does the person perceive everything going bad, isn't it? So he wants to change his circumstance. I want to pass my exam. I want back my house, want back my wife and my kids, or my good job, and on my car. So he wants all these things back that he had, that he has lost. So the person, because he starts to lose hope and have jahl, of qada wal qadar, the person now start to go down and shaitan start to come to the person. If you want to know what's going on and to change the circumstance, then go to the Sihr. With me? Go to the Kahin. Go to this person. Go to these people can tell you that, look into your future to see when things are going to change, if things are going to change. And if not going to change, what you can do to change it. But look into your future to see what is planned, what has been planned, what is planned for you according to them, and maybe you can, you understand, go around certain things or alter certain things. And that's when people fall into shirk. And fall into going to people of those people that we have mentioned before. Go to people to tell us to read your palm, to throw dice and tell you the future, in whatever way or form. And the person starts to wear things around his neck, around his hand, put things upon the house, in the front door, the back door, the windows, in the car. The person, I've been to come to the person also to put things in his, he has a trade, he's got to put things there, do things for the jinn, because he wants things to go always well with him or her. So he lost his understanding of qadr when pear-shaped. So the person starts to do things, trying to he wants always the good results. So he take means, he go and use means that are not permissible. And even form that would, that constitute an act of shirk. And that's when people start to go down the wrong road. So we'll stop here, inshallah ta'ala. There's other things to discuss, but we'll stop here. Wabillahi tawfiq wa ajra sabil wa akhir da'wan alhamdulillah alameen. Of good, of a thing with Iman bil Qadr, the person is thankful and it doesn't push the person to become one who's yakfur. He denies Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's bounty and favors because things seem to be going well. He forget about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Iman bil Qadr, it gives that person that balance in good times and in bad times, he needs to strike that balance in maintaining his relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whether good or bad. Also with that concerning Iman bil Qadr, regarding convention, the person, when we experience it, especially concerning times of difficulties, or some people experiencing times of bliss, but they want more. He already have $1 million or $1 billion, but he still want more. And he's willing to go to any extent to gain more. Or a person facing difficulties, and he wants to come out of this difficulty. So the way to, or he's perceived that there's evil that is upon him. He has su'a dhan, lack of understanding of Qadr, Jahl al-Qadr, so he see evil going on. Go in his house, he forget his key. His wife divorced him. His kids gone. Everything, his house is not a riba house, but he bought his house in cash. And storm come and lick the house down. So everything seems to be going bad. So he starts to think that, that there's evil upon him. Everything is bad, negative. So the person start to what? Start to lose hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he start to go, try to find means and ways to change his circumstance. He wants to find means and ways to change one circumstance. We go to school and we keep failing. Every year the exam and I'm not passing. What's going on? I'm trying to find out. So everything does the person perceive everything going bad, isn't it? So he wants to change his circumstance. I want to pass my exam. I want back my house, want back my wife and my kids, and my good job, and and my car. So he wants all these things back that he had, that he has lost. So the person, because he starts to lose hope and have jahl of qada wal qadr, the person now start to go down and shaitan start to come to the person. If you want to know what's going on and to change the circumstance, then go to the Sihr. With me? Go to the Kahin. Go to this person. Go to these people can tell you that, look into your future to see when things are going to change, if things are going to change. And if not going to change, what you can do to change it. But look into your future to see what is planned, what is planned for you according to them, and maybe you can, you understand, go around certain things or alter certain things. And that's when people fall into shirk. And fall into going to people of those people that we have mentioned before. Go to people to tell us to read your palm, to throw dice and tell you the future, in whatever way or form. And the person starts to wear things around his neck, around his hand, put things upon the house, in the front door, the back door, the windows, in the car. The person, I've been to come to the person also to put things in his, he has a trade, he's got to put things there, do things for the jinn, because he wants things to go always well with him or her. So he lost his understanding of qadr when pear-shaped. So the person starts to do things, trying to he wants always the good results. So he take means, he go and use means that are not permissible. And even form that would, that constitute an act of shirk. And that's when people start to go down the wrong obilaito. So we'll stop here, inshallah ta'ala. There's other things to discuss, but we'll stop here. Obilaito fiqh wa adila sabil wa akhir da'am hamdulillah alamin. Wa sallallahu alaihi wa sallam.
فإن آمنوا بمثل ما آمنتم به فقد اهتدوا وإن تولوا فإنما هم في شقاق